Alright, so the next topic on chapter 8 is on page 232 of the book. It's adjusting column width and row height, and also changing cell alignment. The default column width in Excel, this is on page 232 of your book, is 8.43, and row height is 14. Now those aren't the same measurements, obviously, because this is obviously not almost double the width of the column, but you can increase the width or decrease the width or height of rows. And in many instances, Excel does this automatically to adjust to the data, but sometimes you want to manually adjust it, and you can do that to improve readability or emphasize a certain part of a worksheet. So we've still got this 8.1 car cost open. We're going to begin by making column E a little bit wider. So to do that, we're going to select anywhere in column E, and on the Home tab in the Format, in the Sales group under Format, we're going to select it, and we're going to go to Column Width, and we're going to change this from 10.86 to 15. And notice when we push OK that the column width for E is going to get wider, just like that. Notice that these two merged cells also, since we merged all these cells together, it got a little bit wider as well. So it is inclusive of these column widths, no matter what these column widths are. So we're also going to make F a little bit different size. So we're going to select any cell in the F column. We're going to go back up to Format, Column Width, and we're going to change this a little bit smaller. We're going to make it to 10. Push OK. Notice that our values changed to these hashtags. That's because when the values in a cell are wider when they're typed out than the width of the column, Excel's going to put this in to show, hey, there's values here, but we just can't display it because there's not enough room. So we want to fix that. So we're going to make F4 the active cell, and we're going to go up to Format. This time we're going to do Auto Fit Column Width, and what this is going to do is it's going to make the column as wide as necessary to fit the widest data point, which in this case is F4, which is why we selected it. So now when we click it, F is going to get wide enough just to fit the values that are in that column. So now we're going to look at adjusting some row height. So we want to adjust A1 and A2. Notice that now that these are merged, that is the name of the cell. It's now A1, A2, although it is inclusive of these other columns. We're going to select the range A1, A2, and we want to make these row heights just a little bit taller to kind of set that off as a title. So the same way we did the column width, we're going to go up to Format. We're going to do row height, and we're going to change this from 16.5 to 26. Push OK, and notice that the rows are now taller than they were before. So that's it for column width and row height. It's really simple, very similar for both. Now we want to do a little bit of alignment. Just like in Word, we have some alignment options here on the Home tab in the Alignment section. And notice that, click out of these two, that these two cells are aligned at the bottom. And you can see that when we click on it, we'll see this is the bottom aligned. But they're centered in the cell, but vertically they're at the bottom. Well, these being titles would make a lot better sense if they're in the center of the cell. It'll help kind of make them stand out. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to select A1 and A2. We want them to still be centered, but instead of bottom alignment, we want center alignment. And you'll see now that they're in the center of the cell. We can also do top alignment to move them toward the top, but we like them right there in the center. It just makes them stand out a little bit better. So now we're going to look at the row height for row 15. So we're going to select any cell in 15, and we're going to go to the Format button again, do row height, and we're going to change it to 26. Okay. And now it wants us to make the range A15 through F15 middle aligned as well. So A15 through F15, we're going to make it middle aligned as well. I'm going to select out of that, and we're going to go ahead and save this document. And that is it for adjusting column widths, row heights, and changing alignments.